Well, good Monday morning, Northern Michigan. Of course, all the kids are back in school right now, and that means you have to focus on those healthy lunches to keep the energy levels up. Registered dietitian Jen May, a very familiar face on 7 and 4 News Today. She joins us again. And Jen, we're really wanting to focus on the after-school snacks, a lot of lunches that kids are taking to school with them. And we know that kids are, they're staying after school for practices, and you can't forget about eating. You really can't.
Right. It's very important. And I brought a lot of different examples to kind of talk about. And all of these things can apply for a school lunch or an after-school snack.
Perfect.
Drive home in the car if the kids are a little bit hungry, because they do kind of need to re-energize a little bit at the end of the day while they're kind of transitioning into that mode.
I can relate.
So a couple different things I bought. Fresh fruits and veggies are always a great idea.
Okay.
This time of year, get lots of apples. One of our favorite at the May family household is the Honeycrisp apple.
Oh, those are good.
Grapes, and these actually can make a really good frozen treat. You can put grapes in the freaser.
I didn't know this.
And then just take them out, and it's kind of a different way to have a grape. So that's a really good idea.
Like
Pears, which you can find a lot of this time of year too. Bananas, apples, little cherry tomatoes I love, because you can just wash them, you can put them in a bag, or I love these little Snap Lock containers too, because you can take them anywhere.
Right.
So those are as far as fruits and veggies. You know me, I always like to talk about the nuts and the seeds and things like that.
Right.
So we have sunflower seeds, some walnuts, and these are actually some mint dark chocolate almonds.
Now those are good.
Yes.
I would like to try those someday. It's nice because you're not just having the basic almond. There's a flavor in there which the kids will like.
Yes, and they're open, so I'll give you.
Good. We'll try
some. These are also really great. These, all they contain are fruit purees and fruit juices, natural fruits for colors, and they're fruit strips.
Nice. And what's really good about all of these, Jen, is that you don't necessarily have to refrigerate a lot of them. So the kids can keep them in those lunch pails, those lunch bags, for after school, and they don't have to worry about that refrigeration.
Exactly. And, these yogurt tubes, and you can get these in a lot of different varieties at the grocery store, and my kids love them, and I actually keep them in the freezer. And so I put them in the lunch boxes in the morning, and they're almost thawed out by the time they have lunch. And if they are a little bit frozen, it's kind of like a little frozen yogurt.
I love
So it's a really good way to get some, part of that dairy group in as far as lunch goes.
And I also want to mention the bread you have here too.
Yeah.
This is creative, and I think kids would love this.
Yes. Well, and peanut butter and jelly is a staple at our house. The kids love that every day for lunch. But just to be creative a little bit, and I brought my Halloween cookie cutters. We have a ghost, a cat, and a pumpkin. And what I did this morning is, and you can either push that all the way through and make it a cutout, and make a couple little sandwiches, or just for a little decoration, I just imprinted a pumpkin on the top of the sandwich.
Who doesn't love that?
With the kids, they like things that are fun.
Right.
So they open up their sandwich, and now they have a pumpkin or a cat and things like that. And lastly, too, don't forget the liquids.
Yes.
Because that's very, very important. So there's some milk and some different juices. And don't forget the kids' water. Because a lot of times you might be surprised how long in the day the kids can go without having water. So if you can talk the kids into a big glass before they head out in the door in the morning, that's great.
Keeps them hydrated.
And just make sure that you send that water bottle full of ice and water when they head out the door or when they go to their sports practices, because hydration is key for kids just like it is for us.
Excellent tips. Jen, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
Great tips for parents and students out there. Remember, definitely focus on nutrition now that the school year is up and running. For more information about Jen May, where you can reach her and contact her, check out our website. You see it right there on your screen, upnorthlive.com.